Hello everyone and welcome back to another Deadside video. This time we are going to be talking about one of the new locations that will be added to the game with the map expansion that is coming with update 0.1.2. In this video we are going to be talking about the design and the layout of this new place, the factory, trying to put together a plan based on the different angles we have from the different screenshots that the team shared, and we are going to be analyzing the kind of gameplay and tactics we should expect when playing within this new POI. The main building is composed of 3 blocks, all connected with corridors. Block A is a 3-story building with multiple medium-sized rooms. One of them seemed to be a research or design room, since we can see several drawing tables that designers or architects will actually use. And this room is facing north towards Block B, since we can see the other building from the windows. There is also a screenshot of another room that looks like it was a classroom, maybe something used for presentations or training purposes, and it's facing south since we can see the wall in the background through the windows. The 2 rooms have very different designs and entry points as well. The first room has a small door, so very narrow threshold, very dangerous, it's making it very hard to breach in. So you will have to be very careful when breaching this room and pay extra attention to traps. This is the kind of rooms I would breach using a flash grenade, which I hope it is something we're gonna see added to the game in the future. The other room, however, has a much larger door, kind of like a double door, so it would be easier for 2 people to slice the room, breach in and clear the room together with minimum risks. I really like that those rooms have a lot of furnitures, and I hope the rest of the POI will be the same. If there is one thing I really don't like in open world games, is when all POIs, all rooms and everything is just empty, as if furnitures were that one thing that was extremely valuable more than anything else back in the days. Now let's talk about Block B. Block B is pretty much the same in terms of base surface, but it has one more floor compared to Block A. There doesn't seem to be any screenshot of the inside, probably because they're still working on it. But what we can talk about are the roofs of Block A and B, which it seems you can access by using at least 2 different staircases, allowing you and the rest of your team to split and push the roof from 2 different access points. Some of those stairs also seem to have more than 1 door at the top, which means that you will get plenty of options to avoid direct confrontation with someone camping and aiming at a single door waiting for you at the top of the building. Something interesting as well is that some of the stairs leading to the roofs can be accessed from the outside of the building. I'm not sure if it's the case for all stairs, but this means you could easily reach the roof without having to go through the building, which is a lot more dangerous given the amount of corridors and small rooms they have. Plenty of places for someone to camp. Now Block C is quite different compared to Block A and B, smaller in base surface but almost twice the height of Block B, which makes it the ideal place for players who are very good with sniper rifles. The building almost looks like a tower used by firefighters to monitor the area, and it doesn't seem to have multiple access points to the roof, making it very hard to push. This is probably where you would prefer using a grenade launcher to flush any snipers out before pushing the roof with your squad. All blocks are connected with narrow catwalks and corridors, allowing you to navigate easily between the 3 blocks without having to leave the buildings. But they also create dangerous choke points that could be filled with tripwires. So if you wanted to camp in a building, you would probably pick Block C or A, because it's a lot less access points and it would require a lot less resources to defend. Those buildings also have windows everywhere, so you should probably keep someone from your squad behind outside the POI with a sniper rifle providing overwatch, and keep an eye on those windows and the roofs while the rest of your squad approaches the building. So we have this L-shaped building complex. What else do we have at this POI? In the east of that complex are 2 buildings of similar design. They both look like furnaces with stairs on the left side that leads to the roof. This could actually be a pretty good spot to put one of your snipers to provide overwatch towards this L-shaped building complex while the rest of your squad move towards it. It doesn't seem like you can actually get into the building though. Another interesting thing we can see on these screenshots are those cranes in the background on the far right side of the screenshots. which look like those cranes you would normally see on docks. And if we look at the other screenshots, we can see water and containers, so I assume the location of this POI is going to be at this big yellow marker on the map the team revealed a few months ago. Now if we pay close attention to these screenshots, we can also see a tiny little spot with fences to prevent anyone from falling down the hole. So it made me wonder if this place would actually have parts that would be underground, like maybe a very long corridor connecting the building complex to the furnaces, or maybe other places we haven't seen yet, allowing you to access different parts of the POI from the outside but also inside. I doubt it, but that would be a pretty cool design in my opinion. We also have more traditional buildings next to this L-shaped complex, much smaller in size but accessible, so we can assume there will be some sort of loot there. The one in front of the complex is definitely one of those, but I'm not sure about the one at the back of the complex. If we also look at the background, we can see one of the buildings the team revealed a long time ago, which is this weird gravel extractor next to a warehouse. Again, plenty of places to hide, plenty of spots for snipers. And the interesting thing I noticed is that this factory is also surrounded by a wall. So you have the wall on the south side and the water on the north side of the POI, creating a very dangerous funnel, making it very challenging for you and your squad to access this POI. Overall, this already looks like a very complex and dangerous point of interest. We haven't seen everything yet, but I assume the place is going to be much bigger than what we could see on the screenshots. In my opinion, the quality of the loot is not going to be the highest. However, I think this is going to be a place where there will be a lot of PvP. Missions will also be quite challenging with all of those roofs and windows where players could wait with long-range weapons. That's all for this analysis of the factory screenshots. I hope you enjoyed this video. I definitely had a lot of fun diving into the different screenshots and looking at all these little details and putting things back together to understand the layout of the factory. And I cannot wait for this update to go live. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this POI, and if you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time.